Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to finish your feet, also how to end a color and how to start a new one, and then how to do your legs. So if you guys notice, zooming in here, that I have pretty much finished my feet and I have a little bit more yarn left to go. So I'm actually going to go just back one more time, and then at the end of this row I'm actually just going to pull out my needle. Alright, and so I have a nice long tail, and my tail again I want it to be at least as long as my pointer finger. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my legs. And so I'm going to thread my needle and begin that. So we talked about last video how your legs need to be woven independently. So this means you don't have to go all the way across when you're weaving. So I'm going to change this position. So I'm going to start here, and if I notice, if I line my paper up, here is my leg. If you notice, I also actually put a line from where my leg is going to start to where it's going to end, and that this is the string I'm going to stop on. So if this is moving a lot, your paper underneath, you can actually remove it and just make sure at the end of class you put it back. Okay, so just like normal, this last one was over, so I have to go under, over, under, and then I'm actually going to stop there, pulling my string. I'm going to tuck those, and I'm actually going to tie those later. And then I'm going to go back around, not going all the way across, just stopping where that line is. Put it right here, not pulling it too tight because I don't want my strings to kind of smush together. And then I'm just going to keep going back and forth, not going all the way across. Not pulling too tight, but definitely keeping it nice and tight and pushed down. And I'm actually going to remove this right now. And again, not going all the way across. You're going to do this for both legs. You're going to weave them completely independently up until the top of your line. Again, this is the top of my line right here. And again, you don't want to see any of those warp strings, so you really need to push them down, keeping it nice and loose on the edges as you pull. And so you'll keep going just like this. I do want to take this time to stop and show you what to do with these extra strings. So what you can actually do is tie them in a knot. A lot of times people have issues with knots, but they're actually just when you're when you tie your shoes, the very first step. So do that, cross them over, flip one over top of the other one, and pull. And to do a knot, you just do that twice. So they're nice and secure. If you want to trim these off, do not trim them any shorter than the edge of the board. So I'm actually going to leave them a little bit longer. My scissors are having some issues. Alright, there we go. Nice and tight. So I'll keep going all the way up, and then I'll show you another video on how to do the other leg. Just let me know if you have any questions.